Welcome to Gloom Ghouls, your daily dose of adrenaline. Emily had always been close to her grandfather. Ever since her grandmother passed away, he had been lonely, and she could see the sadness in his eyes. Wanting to bring some joy into his life, she asked her father to buy him a mobile phone. That way, she reasoned, he could stay connected with them, watch videos, and keep himself entertained. On his birthday, she presented the phone to him, her face glowing with excitement. "Grandpa, this is for you. I'll teach you how to use it," she said. He looked at the device with curiosity and apprehension. But Emily patiently showed him how to send messages, make calls, and browse the internet. Soon, their bedtime routine became special. Every night, from their separate rooms, they would chat until one of them dozed off. The old man, once withdrawn, now seemed happier, more engaged in the world of technology, and closer than ever to his beloved granddaughter. A year passed, and then, one fateful morning, Emily woke to the devastating news. Her grandfather had passed away peacefully in his sleep. Her heart shattered. The house felt eerily quiet without his presence. As they prepared for the burial, she remembered something he had once said with a chuckle. "When I die, bury this phone with me. That way I'll still be able to chat with you from the other side." With a heavy heart, she placed the phone inside his casket, fulfilling his final wish. As the soil covered him, she felt a deep sense of loss, knowing she would never receive his sweet, humorous messages again. Days turned into weeks, but the emptiness never faded. Every night, she found herself scrolling through their old chats, rereading every word, clinging to the warmth they once brought her. Sometimes, tears blurred her vision as she whispered, "I miss you, Grandpa." One night, overcome by emotion, she typed a simple message on her phone. "I miss you, Grandpa." She knew it was futile. The phone was buried deep beneath the earth. Still, she let the message linger on the screen before drifting into a restless sleep. The next morning, as she groggily reached for her phone, her breath hitched. There was a new notification, a reply from Grandpa's number. "Miss you, Pumpkin." Her blood ran cold. The phone slipped from her hands onto the floor. Her heart pounded against her ribs as her mind raced. How is this possible? The phone was buried. No one could have it. No one knew. Fear clawed at her throat, but a flicker of hope burned within. Could it really be him? With trembling fingers, she replied, "Grandpa, is that really you?" She stared at the screen, her breath shallow, waiting for something, anything. Hours passed. Nothing. That night, as she lay in bed, her phone beeped again. The room felt suffocatingly still as she unlocked the screen. "I am always with you." The words sent a chill down her spine. Her fingers trembled as she typed back, "Where are you?" The reply came instantly. "Closer than you think." A cold shudder ran down her back. Her eyes darted around the dimly lit room, suddenly aware of every shadow, every creak of the house. She felt watched. The air grew thick with an unsettling presence. She wanted to believe it was truly him, that he was watching over her. But deep down, something felt wrong. The messages didn't stop. Some nights she received gentle words that reminded her of their old conversations. Other times, the messages were cryptic, disturbing. "Why don't you visit me? It's dark here. I hear." Each time, Emily tried to shake off the unease creeping into her bones. But then one night, a message came that shattered her composure entirely. "Someone else is here with me." Tears welled up in her eyes as she typed frantically, "Who, Grandpa?" "What do you mean?" No reply. That night, her dreams became nightmares. She saw his grave, the soil disturbed, as if something or someone had crawled out, pale, withered hands, pushed through the dirt, and then a face, her grandfather's. But it wasn't right. It was hollow, expressionless, and wrong. The empty sockets, where his eyes should have been, bore into her soul. She woke up with a scream, drenched in sweat. Her phone buzzed again. "They don't want me to talk to you." She couldn't breathe. Who were they? What was happening? Was this some cruel joke? Or had she truly connected with something beyond this world? The next morning, she knew she had to face her fears. She visited his grave, standing there in silence, her chest heavy with grief. Placing a trembling hand over the soil, she whispered, "I miss you, Grandpa, but I think it's time for you to rest." As if in response, her phone buzzed one final time. "I love you too, Pumpkin. I am at peace now." Tears streamed down her face. She clutched the phone to her chest, a bittersweet warmth filling her heart. That was the last message she ever received. The silence that followed was deafening, yet oddly comforting. From that night onward, the messages stopped. Though Emily never forgot her grandfather and continued to miss their late-night chats, she found solace in the knowledge that some bonds truly transcend even death. She had learned that love spans realms, but she also knew the truth. Sometimes the dead don't rest easy, and neither do the living who reach out to them. Here at Gloom Ghouls, we thrive on stories like Emily's, tales that remind us how fragile the barrier is between life and whatever lies beyond. If you loved this eerie journey through the unknown, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for your daily dose of adrenaline. What kind of chilling story will we uncover next? Stick around. There's always more to explore under the shadow of the unknown.